All right, she's no stranger to controversy, viewers, and once again, Kangana Ranaut has landed herself bang into the middle of a massive controversy. The reason being, well, speaking at a function, Kangana Ranaut declared that India got real freedom in 2014 and that it was granted independence in 1947 as arms. Kangana has come under massive attack for this comment that she made at an event. BJP MP Varun Gandhi slammed her for insulting freedom fighters. He asked if Kangana's thinking should be labelled as madness or treason. Aam Aadmi Party's National Executive Member Preeti Sharma Menon has submitted a complaint to the Mumbai police seeking an FIR against Kangana. Shiv Sena too is demanding that a case of sedition be filed against the actor.
सन्माननीय राष्ट्रपती महोदयांनी कंगना रानौत या अभिनेत्रींना नुकताच पद्म पुरस्कार प्रदान केला. त्याच्यानंतर अत्यंत बेजबाबदार, निराधार आणि स्वातंत्र्य योद्ध्यांचा अपमान करणारं विधान कंगना रानौत यांनी केलेलं आहे. मी त्याचा आधी मनापासून निषेध करते. प्रसिद्धीसाठी वरचा मजला रिकामा असलेली आणि त्याच्यासाठी बुभुक्षितपणे बेताल स्टेटमेंट करणारी अभिनेत्री कंगना रानौत हिने तिच्या स्टेटमेंटमधून जो 1947 मधल्या स्वातंत्र्य योद्ध्यांनी स्वतःचं जीवन समर्पित केलं त्यांचा अपमान केलेला आहे, त्या लढ्याचा अपमान केलेला आहे आणि त्याच्यामुळे कंगना रानौत यांचा पद्म पुरस्कार ताबडतोब रद्द करण्यात यावा आणि त्यांच्या देशद्रोहाचा गुन्हा दाखल करावा अशा प्रकारची विनंती मी राष्ट्रपतींना करत आहे.
All right, viewers. So Kangana Ranaut was actually speaking at a media event in which she said that India's real freedom happened during 2014 itself, and what happened in 1947 was nothing but arms. A lot of people have taken grave offence to what Kangana Ranaut has said. She's been a motor mouth, but this time around, she's caught herself directly in the crosshairs of BJP leader Varun Gandhi as well, who took to Twitter to slam Kangana Ranaut's comment. Not just Varun Gandhi. Various political parties like Shiv Sena and the Aam Aadmi Party has asked that Kangana Ranaut be stripped of her Padma Shri and a sedition case be lodged against her. I want to cut across right now. My colleague Pooja Shali is joining me from the newsroom. Pooja, very quickly, would you take us through? It's not the first time Kangana Ranaut has made a controversial statement, but this time around, people from the BJP itself have taken grave offence. Varun Gandhi, for once, slamming Kangana Ranaut on Twitter.
Preeti, of course, we know that Kangana Ranaut is controversy's favourite child, but this time this has escalated and become very political. But importantly, what she had said has stoked a controversy at an event. She said that only after 2014 have we got azadi or freedom, and referring to that, of course, when the Narendra Modi government has come in. And to that, Varun Gandhi has reacted that, are you insulting the freedom fighters all of these years? Should I call this madness or treason? Why this gets more interesting is because Varun Gandhi himself is a Bharatiya Janata Party member of parliament from Pilibhit and has countered Kangana Ranaut over this claim. Now remember, Kangana has already had her Twitter account blocked. She has responded to Varun Gandhi on her social media profile of Instagram and said that I have given an elaborate comment. I've spoken about 1857 as well, but I do believe that till about 1947, the freedom was only as a handout, not fought well, so to say, but it was after 2014 that we have got our identity back, that we are proud to be Indians and we speak confidently, and that had not happened. We were still slaves of the British all this time. So that's a reference that has come in. It's very likely it will only escalate further. Over to you.
Appreciate you joining us, Pooja, with that quick update. I want to quickly now shift focus on to a huge embarrassment which the Congress party finds itself in, primarily at the hand of its own party person, Salman Khurshid. The reason being, Salman Khurshid released his book today, and in the book compared Hindutva to ISIS. The BJP hit back directly at Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, blaming them for an alleged anti-Hindu plot. The BJP described Congress veteran Khurshid's book, Sunrise Over Ayodhya, as part of conspiracy to defame the Hindu faith. The Congress leader in his book has called Hindutva the same as Islamist terror groups like ISIS and Boko Haram. The book, which details the Supreme Court's verdict on Ayodhya, even calls the upcoming Ram temple as Hinduism winning over Islam. It blames BJP rule at the center for the rise of Hindutva groups. Now, a criminal complaint has been filed against Salman Khurshid by two Delhi-based lawyers for his claims against Hindutva.
जो हिंदुइज्म नहीं जानता है वो तीखी प्रतिक्रिया करेगा, और जो हिंदुइज्म नहीं जानता है, हिंदू धर्म के बारे में नहीं जानता है, या जो इस्लाम को नहीं समझता है, उससे क्या बहस करेंगे।
राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका वाड्रा गांधी उत्तर दें, क्या उत्तर प्रदेश के हर शहर में जाके, हर गली में जाके ये कहने की हिम्मत उनकी होगी कि हिंदू धर्म और हिंदुत्व का मतलब आईसिस और बोको हरम की विचारधारा है।
Over to in Maharashtra, viewers, the entire saga between Devendra Fadnavis and Nawab Malik, well, it continues, this time taking a legal turn from both sides.
रियाज भाटी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यक्रमों में क्यों नजर आता था, आपके डिनर टेबल पे क्यों नजर आता था?
मुंबई में बम विस्फोट में हमारे मुंबई करों के चीथड़े उड़ते हुए हमने देखे, चीथड़े। ऐसे व्यक्ति के साथ आप व्यवहार करते हो, बिजनेस करते हो।
It is a duel, the kind of which Maharashtra hasn't seen in recent years. A serving minister and a former chief minister firing at each other non-stop. A political shootout with no signs of truce. NCP leader Nawab Malik on Wednesday dropped his promised hydrogen bomb. He accused Devendra Fadnavis of shielding fake currency racket and alleged criminal Riaz Bhatti. Malik claimed Bhatti is linked to Dawood Ibrahim and Pakistan's ISI.
देवेंद्र जी, आप मुख्यमंत्री रहते हुए इस महाराष्ट्र में आपने सारे क्रिमिनल लोगों को सरकारी पदों पर बिठाया, जाली नोट का नेक्सस आपने चलवाया, आपने रियाज भाटी के जरिए पूरी उगाही का काम किया, आपने थाना में कमिश्नर बैठा के कंप्लेंट पूरे महाराष्ट्र की करा के उगाही का धंधा करवाया।
Fadnavis's reaction to Malik was a cryptic tweet, a refusal to wrestle with pigs. Malik also released pictures of Riaz Bhatti with Fadnavis and other top leaders like Harshvardhan and Ravi Shankar Prasad to bolster his charges. The BJP paid back in kind, releasing pictures of Bhatti with NCP chief Sharad Pawar, Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, Aditya Thackeray and Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan. The fresh round of sniping comes a day after Devendra Fadnavis accused Nawab Malik's family of doing business with the underworld. He had released documents of a land purchase by Malik's son Faraz from 1993 Mumbai blast convict Shah Wali Khan and alleged Dawood aide Salim Patil at throwaway prices.
नवाब मलिक जी 2003 में जब यह सौदा शुरू हुआ और 5 में समाप्त हुआ, आप मिनिस्टर थे, पर क्या आप जानते नहीं थे सलीम पटेल कौन है? और सबसे बड़ी बात, मुंबई में बम विस्फोट करने वालों से आपने जमीन क्यों खरीदी? और ऐसी कौन सी बात थी जिसके कारण ये मुंबई के गुनहगारों ने एलबीएस रोड पर 3 एकड़ की जमीन आपको 20 लाख रुपए में दे दी?
The exchange of fire between Malik and Fadnavis has embarrassed the political class of Maharashtra. State Congress chief Nana Patole described it as shameful.
राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री नकली नोट बनाने वाले से संबंध रखते हैं, आतंकवादी से उनका संबंध है, ऐसा आरोप हुआ है, और आज राज्य के मंत्री उनका भी आतंकवादियों से संबंध है। इस तरह की जो बातें दोनों तरफ से की है, इससे महाराष्ट्र की प्रतिमा को बहुत बड़ा धक्का लगा हुआ है।
Nawab Malik's son-in-law Sameer Khan, who was arrested and got bail in a drugs case earlier, sued Fadnavis for defamation, claiming no drug was seized from him. His wife and Nawab Malik's daughter Nilofer said 5 crore rupees has been sought as damages.
अगर वे क्षमा नहीं मांगते तो उनके खिलाफ मानहानि का दावा, क्रिमिनल और सिविल सूट फाइल करने का काम हमारी बिटिया करेगी।
There is allegations again and again, and you're defaming me on a national television along with my family. So I don't think it's the right way to do things. You know, politics is separate. We are individuals. You cannot do, and you should get your facts correct. I have given a notice of 15 days that you please come ahead and say sorry. If not, then my legal team will take it further as per actuals.
Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, where the Punjab government and the centre face-off continues to brew, this time over a resolution being passed in the Punjab Assembly over the increase of BSF jurisdiction. The State Assembly unanimously passed a resolution against the centre's directive that increases the BSF jurisdiction from 15 kilometres to 50 kilometres in the state. The resolution asked the centre to scrap the move which gives BSF power to arrest, search and seize. The Punjab government calls it a move to encroach on the right of the state, but the centre says extra power to BSF will stop cross-border infiltration bids and the current drone threat. Former Chief Minister Amrinder Singh slammed the Punjab government and the current Chief Minister by calling it trying to politicize national security. This is an unusual and a rather heartwarming tale. One of the Padma recipients yesterday was Lieutenant Colonel Sajjad. Well, he is actually a Pakistani soldier who defected to help India.
The Rashtrapati Bhavan echoed with applause as Lieutenant Colonel Qazi Sajjad, a former Pakistan Army officer, smartly walked to President Ramnath Kovind to receive the Padma Shri. He received the award as a recognition of his contribution to the 1971 India-Pakistan War for the liberation of Bangladesh. In 1971, Qazi Sajjad was a young lieutenant in the Pakistan Army's artillery regiment posted in West Pakistan along the India-Pakistan border. He was angered by atrocities committed by the Pakistan Army in then East Pakistan, currently Bangladesh. He decided then to defect. With secret Pakistan Army deployment documents stuffed into his boots, all of 20 years old, he crossed over to the Indian side in the Shakargarh area.
As a member of Pakistan's elite 14 para-brigade in Sialkot, I was an isolated human being. But then I always thought, I have three persons inside me, myself and I. So I started planning. And if I plan to go, which group should I follow? I decided to follow a very difficult route across Shakargarh towards Jammu.
He was questioned extensively by the Indian Army at Pathankot. He says his map reading skills were excellent, and based on his maps, the Indian Army was able to exploit the weaknesses of the Pakistan Army in the western sector. He was subsequently dispatched to help train the Mukti Bahini in Bangladesh. Lieutenant Colonel Sajjad speaks of the horrors that Bengalis of East Pakistan suffered at the hands of the Pakistan Army.
Within 23 years, Jinnah's Pakistan became a Kabristan for us. We are treated like second-class citizens, no rights, economic or social or job security, nothing actually. We are a deprived population. Jinnah committed us that he will give us democracy. We never got a democracy. We only got a martial law. He said he will give us equal rights. We didn't have equal rights. We were treated as servants of Pakistan. He said he will give us solvency, economic solvency. We didn't get that. We are getting poorer and poorer.
The Pakistan Army realized he had defected to India and was guiding the Mukti Bahini and put out a death warrant against him. Fortunately, he managed to get his family out of harm's way. After the liberation of Bangladesh, Lieutenant Colonel Sajjad was awarded the Bir Pratik in Bangladesh, equivalent to India's Veer Chakra. He was also awarded the Swadhinta Padak in Bangladesh. And today, he's Padma Shri Lieutenant Colonel Qazi Sajjad.
Lieutenant Colonel Sajjad has a death sentence pending against him in Pakistan for the last 50 years. And he wears this as a badge of honor because it reminds him that he could stand up against the Pakistani army that he was part of. And now, when he has turned 71, he has a message for the Indian and Bangladeshi youth. He says that the next generation should not forget the sacrifices made by people in India and Bangladesh for what they are today. Abhishek Bhalla in New Delhi for India Today.
Welcome back. You're watching our Fact Check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. Now, there is a claim which is floating about in the form of a picture that Rahul Gandhi is standing with a young child wearing the BJP symbol, the lotus, on his T-shirt. The fact check on that, it's a morphed picture from 2017. There was no lotus on this child's T-shirt. With that fact check, it's a quick break, but you do stay with us. On the other side is To The Point.